that follow or subscribe. But
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.
Hey, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I got the guns out today, you know what I'm saying? Something slight.
I see you, big
You know
fella.
what I'm saying? Something slight, you know what I'm saying? Got the,
Don't hurt him, big fella. Don't hurt him.
and some slight. No. What's going on, my boy?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. You know, this a sad time in sports for me, and you know, it's just like that little gap where you ain't got no more football, my boy. Football is gone. Football is over with. We don't get another football game until what, August, June, July. I think we got preseason started around July, August. So yeah, man.
I mean, we got
games. Now, I said I was gonna try to watch the USFL this year for real because it merged with the XFL. So I was gonna try to watch, man, see what their product is talking about, and give them a real NFL chance. So I will be watching, man, and tuning in. Of course, basketball season coming up, baseball season. I typically go to the games, you know what I mean, every other week. Because games here in Atlanta are right by my job. So real easy for me to just get off work, go down the street, and I'm at the game chilling. So I'll be at a lot of Braves games this year. Yeah, man. So it's just, it's about to warm up outside. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man. I think I might tune into some Rangers games. You know what I'm saying? They just won the championship. So, the hype is everywhere. I've been to like 1 or 2 of them joints already, but I might check them out, man. But yeah, man, shit. Let's get started with. Should we talk about? We're gonna start with my Gator news.
Yeah, man. We always start.
You know what I'm saying? Start with the Gator Georgia. Start with the Gator Georgia news. So Florida, we had one of our O-line coaches take a job with the Washington Commanders, I want to say, as an assistant O-line coach. Shout out to Stapleton. We had another off-the-field coach get promoted to an on-field coach with another school. So, we like when our guys go and move up you know what I'm saying, and not move down, move lateral. So it was a dope to see those guys move. You know, hopefully today we should be, I think Peyton Joseph, I'm sorry, should be committing to Florida today. Hopefully Stapleton leaving doesn't change anything, but it's top 100 O lineman. We haven't had a top 100 O lineman, and
y'all need
why?
Y'all need it. Y'all need it.
It's been a while. Yeah, we need. Hey, you need them O line to be not day one ready, but if they needed to play, like you can, you know, bring them in. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Billy, we had our strength and conditioning coach leave for Boston College. It wasn't. I think it was a shock for a lot of people, but when you find out the story between them two, him and Bill O'Brien, and you're like, okay, it makes sense him leaving. And the guy replacing him hasn't been officially named, but supposedly it's a guy that's already he's head over the nutritional, like all that shit, like all that stuff, player performance and all that. He was actually a guy that the players wanted initially when Savage was relieved of his duties. All the players really wanted this guy. So when he gets brought in, hopefully, you know, it just hits the floor running. I'm sure it is already. We just don't know because Billy doesn't announce anything until he felt like it.
Yeah, man, Billy be running the CIA over there.
Boy, Billy don't say shit. He be like, it be stuff happening for months and nobody even know. Like, I'm talking about the insiders don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Some definitely some changes going on in UGA.
But we be wanting to know, man. So you don't get a little loose lip.
Nah, man. Billy said he be he's telling everybody, so he don't want to tell nobody. So I get it. We definitely did have some changes on the side of the coaching staff. We had Brian McClendon, man, one of our top recruiters. Actually, you know, Brian McClendon been recruiting for Georgia. He left Georgia. I think he went to Kentucky for a minute and then came back to UGA recently to be the wide receiver coach. Man, lost a good coach right there, man. So he's going to Tampa Bay to join their wide receiver staff. He's going to be the wide receiver coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he's actually reconnecting with the offensive coordinator from Kentucky, who's now the offensive coordinator in Tampa Bay. So yeah, good look for him, man. Hate that we lost him, but to all my UGA fans out there, I just ask, is it time that we get Hines Ward finally on the staff? You know, a lot of people have been asking for Hines Ward. Played with Kirby. He's actually been coaching on a high school level here in Georgia. Pretty successful team too. It might be time, man. I think it's time to go ahead and tap Hines, man, give him a job.
You can't go wrong.
Champ Bailey, even. I take Champ in there as a wide receiver coach with him playing wide receiver or playing both ways in college. I'm okay with that, but it's definitely time I feel like you replace one of these guys with Hines.
You can't go wrong, man.
But I mean, with Kirby, yeah, like whoever you throw in the seat is good. Go get Ohio State's wide receiver coach.
Brian Hartline, good luck. That would be crazy. But
that's it, man.
Yeah, man, it's
dope. That's another thing. Oh, we got another dude, Scott Cochran, the strength and conditioning coach. I don't know if he stepped away, if he resigned. He got some personal things going on, for what I heard. You know, I don't really get into that stuff. That ain't my lane. But I know he's no longer with UGA. But I know the strength and conditioning coaches, man, in the SEC are a huge part of your team. He came over from Alabama, man. It was such a huge deal, and people were talking about how Alabama, you know, started to be different, and they really did. They started to change. Started to see, and I ain't gonna say not so much of not as physical Alabama, but you started to see some of the thump go away, and you start to see UGA pick up that thump. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Scott Cochran was a part of that. I think Scott Cochran wanted to actually be a little bit more, or be a part of a little bit more of a traditional coaching staff position. I know he was doing special teams with us, but I think he ultimately has the aspirations to be a head coach. So I wish him the best in whatever endeavors that he decided to go on to. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I know they did release him. So that's huge for us, man. We got to get a new strength and conditioning coach. So.
Hey, man.
What it looks like, man. But as far as that, you know, number one recruiting class. Way too early predictions with number one to go win another national championship. We go to 12 teams this year. We predicted to be number 1 seed overall. So I think we do pretty good. We got the best quarterback in college football returning. Should be a Heisman Trophy candidate. We got one of the best running backs in the SEC coming over from Florida down to join our prolific offense. They don't tell him what he gonna do. He has some crazy numbers for a sorry Florida team. So I'm pretty sure he can come and do his thing. So, like I said, man, big things coming out of Athens, big things expected out of Athens. Really excited to see who they do hire as the wide receiver coach. I don't think he's on staff. I do think they will bring somebody else in. So we'll see. Go Dawgs.
Yeah. All right, man. So we're gonna jump into the Super Bowl, man. We'll bring on the guest. We should be having a couple guests come on today. First guest we're gonna bring on. Shout out to Pops, man. He said he want to come
Pops
back and get some
man.
more.
He ain't no gift. Pops a regular at this point.
Right. Oh. Uh-oh. There you go. What up, Pop?
Pops, can you hear us? Pop gonna have to get out there.
Right. We're gonna get that worked out. But Super Bowl, man.
Tell Pop that he gonna have to go sit down. Tell your mama stop making him run errands early in the morning. Let Pop sit down, get the show over with. Then Pop can go out and run errands. Pop can't be walking through Home Depot while we doing the show now. He got to sit down.
The older you get, the earlier you go. You get up and go.
I'm telling you, bro, I be rolling out of bed to go do this. Pop be up and
there you go.
Moving. Pop, look, what's up, Pop?
There I go. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
What's going on, man? Mom got you running errands again?
Of course she do.
I'm telling you, boy.
Part of being a husband. Part of the life.
Up in Adam. That's hilarious. But yeah, so tell us what you thought about the Super Bowl.
Oh man, I thought it was I got you, man. I thought it was one of the best games in a long time, man. I really didn't think I thought Frisco had a good shot. They was playing hard. McCaffrey was doing his dirt. And Kansas City, they just know how to win. I mean, no matter what. Kelsey's the beast. Give it to Kelsey. Let him do what he needs to do. And they just win, man. So something's wrong with Frisco, man. I don't know what it is. It's like they can't get over that hump. So I don't know if it's the coach. I don't know if it's the quarterback. I don't know if they just was hurt or tired or whatever, but something, they just can't get over that hump.
Man, I think like you say, the Chiefs just know how to win. They're not blinded by the lights. It's like another game, step up when you need to step up. I think the 49ers did good initially, stopping. Man, they really shut the Chiefs down until the last 5 minutes of the game. Like they shut them down. I think Dre Greenlaw getting hurt played a big part because he was turned up. My boy was turned. You hear me? Like he seemed like he was unstoppable that game until he got hurt. But the offense just wasn't moving. And I think the Chiefs defense doesn't get the respect it deserves. It seems like the playoff defense versus the regular season defense is two totally different defenses, but they were doing their thing. Like they had to do trick plays just to win. I mean, to score for 49ers did. So they messed up, and then they messed up giving the Patrick Mahomes the ball second. that was time. But yeah, it was a good game to me.
Yeah, I thought it was weird how Greenlaw hurt himself. That was weird, man. Like, that was just crazy.
Yeah.
Just coming off the sideline and he tore his Achilles. That's crazy.
That's funny. I was flicking Home Depot. What you think, Steve?
Oh, man. I kind of look at this game as being like another or a typical Kyle Shanahan loss. You know what I mean? A typical Kyle Shanahan Super Bowl meltdown. Can't say I haven't seen it before, but I feel like, bro, once you've started getting Mahomes off the field and you guys are preventing Mahomes from scoring touchdowns, You go down and you score that first touchdown with McCaffrey, which I said was gonna happen, and we messed around.
We lost that bet.
So I feel like they got up. Well, they went up 10-0, 10-0 at one point.
10-0.
You're up 10-0. Your defense is stopping Pat Mahomes, and you still managed to end up letting this game get tied up and go. I knew once they go win in the overtime that the game was over with. I really did. I knew Pat Mahomes and Kansas City were going to win. And I can really say for the San Francisco 49ers to come out and have players to say, man, we didn't know a strategy. We didn't have a strategy for overtime, or we didn't know the rules for overtime. Like, dude, how? This is the Super Bowl. This is like the magnitude of games you're going to play, and you come out and you're not prepared. Like, this is unacceptable.
But do you blame the coaches, or do you blame the players, or a combination of?
I mean, they both carry a little bit of the burden, but I would definitely blame more of the coaching staff. You got to educate your players and at least have a strategy for overtime. You don't have no strategy. You haven't talked about what you're gonna do in overtime. Like, none of that stuff has even been discussed. Like, how do you even go into overtime to see the game is coming up? You got 10 at least. What, 2 minutes, 3 minutes during the commercial break to go over there and talk to the team about what you want to do if you win the toss or lose the toss. And the referee asked the man twice. He was like, "You want the ball?"
I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird. You would think if they're going out for the coin toss, you would at least that person, they would have told him, say, "Hey, look, if we win, take the ball because whatever." And he just was like, "Yeah, we'll take the ball," and he had no idea.
I mean, I get taking the ball first on an aggressive tip, being like, "Yo, we go out, we know what to do." Like, if we go out and kick a field goal or we score whatever, we know what we have to do on defense versus having to match them or beat them. Like, so I get if that's what it was. It's just them coming out saying that they didn't know what the rules were just makes it look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it looks like, oh, you guys just didn't know. That looks terrible.
Right. Or your coaches didn't coach you up to know, hey, this is what you got to do.
So how do y'all feel with Brandon Ayuk is the leading receiver on the team for the season? His brother came out and said, how you going to have the leading catcher on the team only have 4 targets in a game or 4 catches? And I can't wait to see him in Las Vegas next year. And then Kittle's only had 4 or 5 catches too.
I got it.
I think in San Francisco, they wanted to feature CMC, of course. CMC was the main person. CMC was the main guy they wanted to feature. They gave him plenty touches, plenty catches. Debo got the ball a lot too. You got an embarrassment of offensive talent on the San Francisco 49ers. So the fact that you had those guys with so much ability sitting there and didn't really use them, again, just a typical Kyle Shanahan, overthinking, smartest guy in the room type attitude. You overcoached it, man. You overthought it as a coach instead of sticking to what you've been doing all year long, spreading the ball around. You tried to force feed us Debo, tried to force feed us Christian McCaffrey. And it really looked like you tried to solidify Brock Purdy in this game and make it look like Purdy is the guy because you threw the ball. Usually a lot more than I normally see the San Francisco 49ers throw the ball. I typically thought we were going to get a lot of McCaffrey and then what's the other running back name? Mitchell. Debo didn't have no rushing yards like that. Like, I just didn't see a typical San Francisco game. I seen them putting together this ultimate game plan that they had. They got the ultimate plan, and it really essentially you got away from what you're normally doing and you lost the game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I think that Shanahan, because I don't know if it had anything to do with his father or whatever the case may be, but he just overcoached. I think I agree. And then he didn't even trust his defensive coordinator, who, by the way, did a remarkable job all season long with them. So I just think he panicked. Whereas Andy Reid knew, he's like, look, let my players play. Let me get them the plays and go. And they, like you said, Brandon, earlier, they've been there. They know They didn't overreact, except for Kelsey when he yelled at the coach. But that being said, they knew what they had to do. They knew.
Now, how do y'all feel about the whole Kelsey bumping Andy Reid situation? Like, how do you feel that played out in the sense of just like as a competitor? Because we've all played sports, so we've all we know the competition aspect. But you got the if a black player did that to a white coach thing put in there, you have the guys who get treated like crazy when they just yell at a coach, the ABs and the stuff of the world. Like, what y'all think?
Well, let me just say this. I think it's much to do about nothing. I think because you had a lot of quote unquote Swifties watching, and a lot of people that didn't follow sports think it was disrespectful, and it did look a little crazy. But on the sideline, and y'all play sports before, especially at the pro level, look, these guys are like, yo, coach, put me in. And I don't think it was, they're making way more of it than it really was. I just think it was Travis Kelce just being Travis Kelce. He wants to be in there. Andy Reid put in a play. And again, this goes back to coaching. Hey, no problem. Don't worry about it. Let me keep coaching. Touchdown. You know what I mean? Let me just keep coaching the team, and he's moved on. So I mean, it's the people that don't watch sports, and I'm gonna say the Swifties. So to them it's a big deal, but to everybody else it wasn't nothing.
Kelsey, I'm gonna kill that man on the sideline. I thought Andy Reid was gonna fall over and die. I ain't lying. When he ran up on Andy Reid, I was already a little nervous because Andy, Andy built a little chunky. You know what I mean? He a little chunky. So when Kelsey ran up on him and grabbed him, Andy wasn't even paying attention. But I just knew a cheeseburger was gonna pop out of Andy Reid. I just knew it, bro. I thought he was gonna pop out right there on the back. I swear to God, but
it looked way worse in slow motion.
Yeah, it looked way worse in slow motion. Like Dave Chappelle's skit. It looks way worse in slow motion.
Because you see Andy Reid like, oh, and then, Kelsey still yelling and grabbing at the man. Yeah, man, it looked bad, man. I'm glad somebody came over there and got him. But just a heat of the moment type thing, man. Kelsey wants to do good. Kelsey wants to score. He wasn't in on that play where Pacheco fumbled, and the guy that actually Noah Gray was blocking was the one that caused the fumble. So Kelsey felt like if that was him in there, that fumble would have never happened because he wouldn't have let his guy get to Pacheco. So that's one reason he was going off on Andy Reid. And then two, that whole drive, Kelsey wouldn't. It was kind of like a decoy. I think they used Kelsey more of a decoy this game and kind of went away from, again, what they normally do as well. Again, they only scored 25 points. Typically, Chiefs, it's scoring 30 plus in most situations, going up and down the field. They took away Kelsey, and I think it frustrated Kelsey because Fred Warner's just that type of a linebacker, bro. He's that good. Like, he's an all-pro, all-world, probably the best linebacker in the game right now, and I think this game really showed it. And when they lost Greenlaw, that kind of opened it up for Kelsey. But them two brothers, man, they had the clamps on Kelsey.
Well, they did.
And even when Greenlaw went down, he still wasn't getting off like that, man. Fred Warner was on his hip. So testament to Fred Warner, how good he is at middle linebacker. But like you said, Steve Wilkes was definitely the scapegoat. He should not have been the scapegoat. That brother definitely needs to be on somebody else's coach. He should still be a head coach. No reason the Panthers should have ever let him go anyways. But that brother definitely decided it needs to be somebody's defensive coordinator. I'm surprised Dan Quinn didn't tap him, but Dan Quinn, another one of those guys with Commanders that think he's like the smartest guy in the room. So if anybody's going to challenge what he says, he's not going to bring you in as on the coaching staff.
Yeah. I think, man, honestly, I think watching it when he bumped Andy Reid, I kind of felt like I was like, oh man, he just want to be in the game. He's like, put me in the game. But I was like, kind of like, I watched their podcast, the Kelce Brothers podcast, and Jason Kelce kind of went in on him. He was like, yo, man, that was 100% unacceptable. You can't do that. Like, you got to know. What up, Christian? You know what I'm saying? Get a little Gator chomp. You got to know the cameras are on you. And he said he felt bad. Like, and when I think he bumped him just his momentum knocked him over, like, started doing it. He was trying to grab him oh snap, like I ain't mean to do all that type thing.
I almost killed you, coach.
But again, that also goes to when they talked about the relationship. I don't think you see many relationships as far as coaches and players. Like you see,
hey man, we're gonna be doing too much of this chumping and all this. We're gonna be doing too much of this chumping and all this hand fisting and stuff now. Christian, you got one in already now.
Come on, man. Come on now. Don't be fooled by the background. I'll drop that flag real quick. But yeah, man, I think when you look at relationships with players, we don't get exposed to that. And as players, like the coach has the guys that he really connects with. And I think Kelsey is one of those guys that Andy Reid really connects with. And they probably have a more family, like your uncle type relationship.
Yeah, it is.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here, dude. You don't want that. But kind of like how in Miami, you see Tua and their coach, they joking each other. They're cracking jokes on each other during the game. And I think that relationship kind of allowed Kelsey to kind of cross that line that a lot of people just don't understand. Because if you don't have that relationship with the coach like that, you wouldn't even think about bumping a coach. If it's somebody that you really don't rock with like that, don't have that relationship with. But I'm glad he cleared it up, and I'm glad they both spoke and was like, man, this doesn't matter. They played it off.
Because you won. Everything's great in a win. If you lost and you did that, then we got a problem. It's going to be issues. It's going to be blown up. It's going to be all over Sports Center. You know what I mean? So I agree. Great game though. All overall, man, just a great game. I enjoyed the game. It really wasn't what I expected. Oh man, the halftime show was epic, bro. Wait. We brought the world to Atlanta for the halftime show, my boy. You know how we. One
more thing about the game though. I like the fact that both teams got the ball and they both had the opportunity to score because Frisco got it first. And it took them, they had the ball for 7.5, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And they only came up with a field goal. So you can't say that they didn't have the opportunity to do what they needed to do and score a touchdown.
That should be a rule.
And then when Kansas City got it, they did what they had to do and they won the game. So I love this game. This was a really good game. And it was down to the wire. But okay, for the overtime show. I'm gonna say Alicia Keys outfit.
Hold on, Pop. I was just saying for the overtime rule during the season, it should be both teams have the opportunity to score because that was only a playoff rule in the NFL right now. Like college, that's just how it is in college.
Well, it's like that to an extent though. If you hold them to 3 KB, you get the ball. If you hold them to 3,
not if time runs out. Not if time runs out.
Oh, well,
remember,
it
went to the second quarter of the overtime.
You can't have them guys playing 2-3 quarters, bro, in a regular season game. The game is already.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like each team should get, or how college does it. You get overtime. You start at the 25, and you know what I'm saying. Like I think you can alter the overtime to make it more
50. Let's not start at 25. These are pros. Start at the 50. Plus, I need them fantasy points. The 50 plus over the top. Yeah. So start at the 50. Let's start at the 50. Give everybody a chance to score from the 50.
Yeah, something like that.
I agree. I'll be cool with that.
Okay.
Halftime
show. For me, Alicia Keys' outfit, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. And then wait. And then Jermaine Dupri's outfit.
Oh my God. Bro, come on, man.
I did think it was CeeLo. I thought it was CeeLo Green.
Everybody did. I did too.
I said, what did JD got on? I don't care about their
do we have any homeboys that really care about him? Because they nowhere in the hell. I'm backstage with my folk. Me and KB get ready to go out there and do a show somewhere, and I come up with that on. Ain't nowhere in the hell KB gonna be like, yeah, bro, you killing it with that guy. I'm not gonna let you out, bro. We're gonna hold off 10 minutes. Bro, what's up? Yeah, man. JD definitely didn't represent for the city, man. That was horrible. I'm sorry. I know everything else about that show, but that part when JD came out there, man, and had on them damn them Easter Sunday white girl socks on.
Fluffy socks. I don't care what logo on them.
I don't care if they Louis Vuitton, they for real.
Gucci. I don't care.
It don't matter. But he need to be shaming himself for that, bro. Man, I felt so bad, dog, when I seen it. Then people start reposting the pictures and and AI take over everything now. So when somebody posts a picture or do something, you see AI versions of it. Man, it
looked terrible. He had pockets on the side. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I was like, in the Super Bowl? Yo, you wild, bro. You wild.
Like, bro,
like the Super Bowl, I think the Super Bowl.
Like, come on, man. Did nobody say nothing? Like, bro, don't put this on. Don't do this. Ludacris, the Brat. I'm disappointed in everybody involved, especially everybody who seen the outfit before the show and didn't say nothing to him. Yeah.
His stylist gotta get fired, whoever did it. But the halftime show was dope, man. So last show, in case y'all watched or you didn't watch, when we talked about what songs you want to hear, I said I want to hear Caught Up, and I want to hear
Citibank called me about
what's it? You Ain't Got a Call.
I don't know.
The first two songs he sung.
No,
I said
you're on me.
Yes, sir.
I need to talk to your husband. Can I help you?
Like, if I don't want to know about the Citibank account, then you got to stop, huh?
There you go. I muted. There you go. But yeah, like the show was amazing. He went through like 3 or 4 costume changes. Shout out to everybody he bought from the Vegas show. The skating girl, she was amazing. And
he had the Kappas out there shaking their shoulders and I seen the Kappas. Okay,
there you go, Pop.
There you go. Okay.
The Kappas was going crazy. The whole show, man. Look good. Shout out to Gabby. If you don't know who Gabby is, the regular people call her, but I call her Gabby because she deserves the respect that she gets, even though she really won't play that guitar, or she wasn't the lead guitar.
You need
know
to
what I'm saying? Shout out to Gabby. But yeah, man, it was a dope halftime show, man. The costume changes, the Alicia Keys part, it was great. Everything, man. It's up there, man, for one of the best halftime shows of all time. The production was crazy.
Yeah.
He
did his thing, man.
I thought it was good. I liked it, but I don't think he was better than I don't think he was better when the Snoop Dogg and them did it with Dr. Dre. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, they brought out 50 in there. Yeah.
I mean, really good. The star power of that one was more, but I think entertainment-wise, like for me, I need the production. I like the dancing. I like the moving and stuff. That's just me. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like the production and all that stuff. So I mean, it's top. I would give it like top 5. I'm not gonna put it above Michael. I don't know if I'm gonna put it above the Beyonce joint. I don't know
Michael, Prince, and Beyonce are the top 3.
Yeah.
Prince had an all-time. Prince had an all-time great one.
Yeah, Michael.
But
Prince
he had Jackson State marching band that was playing with him. Like it was dope. It was super dope.
But yeah, it was nice. It was good though.
So are the Chiefs a dynasty?
Yeah, I mean, they got 3 in the last 4, right?
5. They've been to 5 NFC championships. They went to 4 Super Bowls and won 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's a dynasty.
Yeah, you gotta.
I guess when I think about dynasties, the bar has been set so high by Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. I guess I'm looking at it like, okay,
he's doing more at this point than Tom Brady did at this point of their career. Like they put the graphic app. They both have the same amount of Super Bowls, but Mahomes has like 2,000 or 3,000 more passing yards. He has like 10 more touchdowns, like 3 or 4 less interceptions. Completion rate is way better. Like he's killing Tom Brady as far as like where they are today in their careers, like age-wise and stuff. He's killing Tom Brady.
Okay. I think Tom Brady just had a better coaching staff and a better team around him. Because I think the whole Patriots organization had a better recruiting than anyone I've seen ever. Their draft picks, and then the picks that they got, their coaching was just phenomenal. I mean, how do you go from you had Aaron Hernandez as a tight end, Gronkowski as a tight end, and Ben Coates as a tight end, and all three of them arguably could be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. I just think that Ben Coates. That's the early Belichick. That's when he was with
Aaron Hernandez. The only Hall of Fame Aaron Hernandez would be, and he'll be sitting up his picture beside Jeffrey Dawgs.
Well, I mean, if things would have worked better, he could have. You never know what.
That's the only Hall of Fame you gonna ever see Aaron Hernandez. His picture will be right beside Jeffrey Dahmer's. Give me another.
Jesus, Jeffrey Dahmer went a little further.
You want to put up there?
He went a little further than two bodies. Okay.
So
he went a little further than two bodies. But no, man. I mean, the Patriots. I think they had a great team. Their defense led, and I think it's way harder now than back then.
I agree. They were.
Yeah. Like you're not playing against linebackers that could play safety. Like linebackers today could play safety back then.
Yeah. No, I agree. They definitely are a dynasty at this point.
Yeah, man.
And with Mahomes being so young in the game, you know, having Andy Reid, who's still, to me, in the prime of his coaching career, I feel like they'll be here to stay. I just feel like it's so many other teams that are just right there, though. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they're not a dynasty. I'm just saying to keep it going, three-peating is tough. Take it from a person who just tried to do it. Three-peating is probably the toughest thing I've ever seen in football. It's definitely tougher in college football than pros, but three-peating, I don't think we've had
we've never had a three-peat. But I think the thing with the Chiefs, their core of what they do and who they are is stable. Like their quarterback, the play caller, your tight end, you got a running back
who's aggressive. On offense,
and even on the defensive side.
Jones is a free agent, so
and he gonna get them. But I think all three levels, you have a guy like you have to bring Szn2 back, you have to bring Jones or a guy like Jones.
I don't know.
I mean, they're gonna have to. Somebody gonna have to pay.
Kelsey is a number one receiver. Stop this. We did all this without a number one receiver. Kelsey is a number one receiver, my boy. I hate to say that, but Kelsey is definitely a number one.
But it's a receiver. But it's a wide receiver core by. Like, it's not a one guy thing. Like, why you have to cover the middle, and that just leaves so much open versus having to cover the outside and shut down the middle. Like, they work the opposite of a lot of teams. So, I mean, I honestly think that the Chiefs can easily. I'm not going to say easily, but they can definitely win.
Everybody t-shirt. What's wrong, man?
Man.
Over here doing
Look, that thing's almost over, man. The season's over. Her tour's over. Then they have to actually be around each other. I don't know if it's gonna work.
You don't think they built the land? Is that what you're saying? This is all just for the season? Ooh.
Nah, remember. Well, now that the season's over, he could fly out to Japan and watch a concert.
He can, but will he want to?
Why
it's
not?
Like. I gotta work, baby, at this playoffs, the Super Bowl.
It's over now. That's
exactly.
Over.
So now it's like
OTA starting in March. So it's
over.
But it's starting right back.
I bet you be there with the rookies.
Look, I hope they make it. I hope they make it. That's just me. I hope they make it. Hey, I don't think they will, but I hope they do.
So the NBA started something new last night. I'm not sure if you guys watched it, but the NBA had Steph Curry versus Sabrina. I can't pronounce her name.
Sabrina Ionescu.
You know, y'all know her from the country. Sorry.
Boys rule, girls drool.
In the first NBA versus WNBA 3-point shooting contest, she put up 26 the first round, and I think Steph put up like 30, 29 or 30.
29.
It was like 29.
29. What do you guys think about that as far as the competition itself? And do you think that the NBA is just grabbing at straws to try to get their All-Star weekend?
I loved it. I love the fact because it's widely known. Like having Steph Curry in the regular 3-point contest at this point is just unfair. Like it's just the Steph Curry award. So I think, though it's widely known he's the best 3-point shooter in the WNBA. I like bringing the WNBA included with the NBA for the All-Star weekend, and having her be the one to shoot. I mean, she showed it. I mean, she was lights out.
Oh yeah, she was on point.
I loved it, and I was like literally at the bar last night watching it, and I was like, "Yo, don't lose, Steph." Like, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear the.
What you drinking at the bar?
So I start with Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Got to get the little.
You say you start with the Long Island?
Yeah, man. Start the Long Island, man. Get a little buzz.
I taught him well.
And then I had two. We went to like the little thing called Put Shack, where it's like an adult. They give you drinks.
I know something. I know something.
Yeah, so they had a thing called the I had the Sex on the Beach shot, and I had the it was another shot, but he gave me like a double.
You mixing liquors. You don't care.
I love it. Well, that's why the Long Island. That's why I stay with those, because
the Long Island give you options to have anything. It don't matter after that. The Long Island got everything in it. So wherever avenue you choose to go,
Long Island is all white. Long Island is all white. All white. As long as the colors matter. What the colors are don't matter.
You're right.
So man, it was a good time, man. I had a little buzz, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't drive. I drove responsibly. I was sober by the time we left.
There you go. Responsible.
All right. So anyway, the All-Star game weekend. No, I like that they include the WNBA, man. You got to find a way to include them. I thought that floor was crazy.
Oh, the LED court? Yeah, that
was
nice.
I think they need to put that in permanently for the All-Star weekend. I think that little thing. So now maybe what they can do with the WNBA is maybe have the girls go against each other, and the winner of that goes against the guy winner. And why not? I mean, why not put the WNBA in there? Let them do the dribbling and the pass things like the skills challenge,
skill competition. I think the WNBA season, their season is different than the NBA season, right?
Yeah,
they don't play at the same time.
But they have included the WNBA players with the skill stuff, like the passing, the dribbling. I would like to see a WNBA and I know you can't. It's not really can do it because the ball is different and everything like that. But to see the women on that side as far as getting the attention that they should be getting, because women basketball right now is more popular. I don't care. Like, if you ain't watching women's college, they balling. Like, the attention on college basketball for women is crazy. So I think there's a way to include.
Just break the record.
Yeah, she just broke the record.
She just broke the NCAA scoring record for women. She's getting ready to go to the NBA. I hope they capitalize off Angel Reese, Caitlin. I hope they capitalize off all these girls and be able to take their game to the next level.
Caitlin,
man.
Yeah. They should. I think they'll do a good. Yeah, I think they'll do a great job at marketing.
They're expanding the league. I think they're adding 2 or 4 more teams. They're definitely doing 2. I'm not sure 4, but they're expanding. I think every NBA team should have a women's team, just like they have a G League team. I think that should just be the normal thing. They don't play during the same time of the year. They both can practice there.
Do you mix the money? That's what's always been the catch-22 or the caveat for this, because the WNBA doesn't bring in the same money as the NBA. So that's the caveat and the argument against what you're saying. I'm with you, but that's the argument against it. So that's what I'm asking. Do you feel is there a system or a way you can fix that?
I think you can. I think they're allowing NBA players to buy into ownership. So you have guys like LeBron and Kyrie that's already said, I would love to put money in. And then you see the benefit, the New York Liberty play in Barclays. You know what I'm saying? The Las Vegas Aces have their own facility. They don't have to share things. I think you can do it, but you just have to put on that main stage. And whether that be during All-Star weekend, that would be a dope move, or intertwine them playing or something. You know what I'm saying? there's a lot of ways you can include the women game and the men game for the notoriety and for the show of it. I think you absolutely can. Because even how they just started with the G League, they have the tournament for All-Star Weekend, the Rising Stars versus the G League versus the second year players. Like, that was a whole thing. They had, each game was up to like 50 or 60. Then you had the G League guys playing against the All-Stars for the rookie All-Stars. Like, and they won. Like, that's dope to see that. And I think it's as much basketball as you can fit in the weekend. I think it's great.
I think as the games as the women's game gets better, I think their revenue is going to improve. And you're right. Once the revenue improves and stuff like that, then they'll start incorporating them. But I think they're on their way. The NBA has more than enough money to take care of the WNBA. And I like what B Dixon said, that
that's
maybe
my
some of the games.
Shout out to my father-in-law.
Oh, okay. I think that some of the games should be concurrent. I think maybe just like college basketball, the seasons go together. Maybe they should have the NBA and the WNBA at the same time, and kind of like do it like the NCAA. Whereas when the tournaments or whatever, when All-Star Weekend comes, they just combine their All-Star weekends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just think it and I'm sure there's bigger heads better than mine that's thinking this stuff, and they're going to come up with some. But the women's game is definitely a lot better. They're definitely getting more press. They're definitely getting more eyes on them, and they got a really good product. So shout out to the women's game, WNBA, the women's NCAA. Dawn Staley, who's who knows my family personally, who knows my wife's family from Philly. Shout out to the South Carolina girls. So just man, they are just killing it right now, and all hail to the princesses and the queens. Hail them out.
And I can't wait to see them play Caitlin, or I can't wait to see them play Angel Reese again.
I can't wait until the March Madness. I'm tuned in. Like, I'm tuned in, and I think they should play like Saturday. There's so much going on for the NBA Saturday. You don't need 5 hours for the 3-point contest, and all this stuff. Like, no, give them part of the NBA, the WNBA game. Let them be on the Saturday night primetime. And you could do the dunk contest during the halftime of their game or right after their game. You know what I'm saying? Like, them joints take literally like 10 minutes.
Well, they should have their own skill competitions on Saturday, and then Sunday when the boys play. Like my father-in-law said, have it set up just like in high school where you have the JV and the varsity, where you got the girls play before the boys. You pay for one ticket. You go to the one game. You see the WNBA players, they play before. Let's say you said start the event at 6 o'clock instead of starting the NBA game at 8. Start it at 6. Let the girls play. Give them a chance. You still keep the same tickets, same attendance. The people that are coming for the game anyways are going to – and when you go to a game in Atlanta, nobody cares about the product on the court for the Hawks. It's a party. It's a club. It's a party scene. People got on – nobody's caring about the game. So if they're going to open it up 2 hours early and let people come in there and at least get the experience of the WNBA, I think that'll definitely be a benefit. I think that's a good setup. That would definitely be a good setup.
Now, what do y'all think? So there was a few things that I saw that were announced. They're supposedly going to be creating a way to watch the game like a cartoon. Like, if you're familiar with the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, right? You know how that looks. There's going to be they're developing a way for, if you want to watch the game like that, like with those like animations and stuff, the live game, you can actually watch it. And I think what we saw last year, I don't know if it was for the national championship or the Super Bowl or something, to where you could watch like it was like Nickelodeon or something like that. You could watch.
Yeah, I'm saying Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon's been doing it now, but like the Thursday night game,
so the NBA,
Monday night game.
So the NBA is looking to do that with that, but making it more of just like they're animated and they're playing, and we could watch it to where it'll be more fun. I think that's a little bit more grabbing at straws than anything. Like,
I don't want to see LeBron on fire because he done hit 2 or 3 threes in a row. like NBA Jam. You know what I mean? They talking about putting the ball on fire when certain people shoot it because they hot. I can kind of do it out there. I like to play video games, so I look at that on the video game aspect. Do I want to see it on my option? I mean, give them the option, but don't put it on the regular broadcast. Don't.
Yeah, it will be just the option.
But I like the way they did the floor because if you watch the celebrity game, when you watch the celebrity game, when the guys were hot, they would run and their feet would be on fire. So that kind of went into it too. So that kind of gave you the graphic side of it, and then it also kept you in the game with the real people. So that floor, man, I've never seen that before. That floor, I think, is going to be in their repertoire from now on, or it should be.
Oh yeah,
it should.
You can put a 4-point shot on it. You can make it pop up during the game, bro. 4-point shot.
Yeah,
pop up.
They could do everything with that. That floor was.
It's like NBA jams. Like how it just pop up. Exactly and you get your spot.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I agree, and especially breaking down the game. Like when you show players shot charts, now you can see it on the floor live, like during the timeout or break. I think that'll be dope too. So yeah, the NBA has definitely got some stuff coming, man, with that floor. Stephen A. versus Shannan Sharpe was the All-Star coaches, and you can just see how the floor was looking. Because I watched Shannan Sharpe behind the scenes. He did something on his social media, just showing a breakdown of the game and kind of behind the scenes of the game. Yeah, that floor pop, like you said, man, that was something I've never seen before. Amazing. I hope they keep it and they kind of incorporate it into the regular season as well.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Great experience.
So now time for our Take It or Leave It segment. Let's go.
It's time for Take It or Leave It with KB and Steve-O.
All right. So look, Dad, this segment is you either got to agree or disagree with the statement. Okay.
Okay.
So another thing going into All-Star Weekend, news broke that they're thinking about disbanding the Team Ignite for the getting them ready for the NBA. Right now they have it to where kids, they don't have to go to college. They can go straight to this Team Ignite, which is kind of like a G League type thing, to where the players can get paid and then get developed, but they don't have to go to college. They go straight to get the money. And it was developed so players could get money. However, the NBA is thinking about disbanding that because of NIL and guys being able to get paid in college now. So do you think it's a good idea to disband it and make the kids go to college for the 1 year? Or do you think they should keep it how it is?
My personal feeling, and I'm an old head, is I think they should disband it and let the kids go back to college, because with these NIL deals, what a lot of kids coming out of high school are starting to see is when you get there, you might have been a 4-star recruit. Now you get there and you're riding the bench for maybe a year or two. That might give some of these kids a little wake-up call to be like, you know what? Since I'm here, why don't I go to school? Maybe just see what happens. I'm not saying it's the end-all, be-all, and it's going to rectify all situations. But you know what? Going to college and playing against better players can only help you. Practicing with them, figuring out your life in college, figuring out what you want to do, figuring out how you want to go. I think it's a great idea. And then plus, if you are that guy or you are that girl, you can still get that NIL deal. So, I think it's the best of both worlds. Nothing's utopia, but I think that's a great idea. Let them get on the college campus, be around peers, be around people their own age, where they don't have to worry about what they doing in the off season and all that stuff. Stay in school. You're around people your age. You get to do stupid young people stuff, and and then grow up. And it gives you an opportunity to grow up and do good. But that's just my personal feeling. Go to school. Stay in the school.
I feel like you can never, I don't say never go wrong, but school isn't for everybody. You know what I mean? School ain't for everybody. Nobody wants to, not everybody want to get up and go to class. Not everybody want to study and have to read books and pass courses and follow these rules. Some guys just want to play basketball. and that's what you're good at, and that's what the good Lord has put you here to do, and you feel that strong about it, I think you should at least have the option and not have to go overseas and play ball, but you still have that option too. You can always go overseas and play ball. So if you're really that determined and you're that good and you that guy, you can always go overseas, play ball, and then declare for the draft after 1 year. So you still have the option of not going to school. I do feel like that the NBA needs to get rid of Team Unite because it is undermining the college in the NIL system at this point. Because who's paying you more is where you're going to go. Like, this would be real. If Team Unite is going to give me $100,000 to come over there for 1 season versus University of Kentucky is going to offer me $40,000 for the next 4 seasons, then I'm probably going to take the Team Unite money. But it just depends on the money, too. I haven't seen the money. I don't know what the money is like on the NIL side, basketball-wise, and I don't know what Team Unite is offering for kids coming out of high school either. So it's hard for me to kind of give that aspect.
They get paid. I'm going to say they get paid like, I don't know if it's like $75K or $100K, something like that. It may be more. It may be more. But for me,
so I can do that and not have to get up and go to school, get up and go to class in the morning. Oh yeah, give me that. Give me that.
I think, like you said, I think the going overseas is better option for not going to college. But I think
it just depends, man. Some people ain't never been outside the States, bro. Some people don't like going that travel. What if you've never been on the airplane before, and now you got to go take a 23-hour flight, and you get your anxiety start going off, and you panicking. I mean, so it just depends on the person, really.
That's why I like
adulthood. Welcome to an adult.
That's why I like Team Ignite, because you get that you still have to travel. You learn kind of just like the NBA. You start learning the business, but then also, while like when you said, "Oh, you can go be a stupid college kid," you can't these days. You can't be that guy on campus and be stupid. Your whole career can be over at one party. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think making a kid go to college and take this money is you're putting a lot more hurdles in their way for them to potentially trip up and fall versus I don't even want to put myself to be that guy around these other kids and have those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different when you're in a college and you hear the guys just starting fights with athletes simply because they're the athlete versus I'm just a guy getting paid to play in the G League. I honestly think it's some type of collaboration between the NCAA and the NBA. It's like, hey, you're losing a lot of airtime with these young stars. Like, when you think of guys like Scoot Henderson, Jalen Green, you know what I'm saying? Like LaMelo, like these guys were big names coming out of high school, and then they get lost in Team Ignite or overseas, and you don't really get any revenue for them. Versus if you make them go to college, you see what 1 year did for Zion. He was everywhere. But that brought money to NCAA, and it made
Zion hit right when that YouTube craze came in, and Zion, all them dunks that he was doing, everybody was
looking at him. Saying like the player like a LaMelo Ball, right? Say LaMelo easily could have been a guy coming out of high school going straight to the pros. If he would have went to a Duke or Kentucky, how much of people would have been in his face, or he would have had to deal with a lot of off the court stuff, just being forced to go to economics class and all these other things versus being able to just go and get his experience, get his money and play. And I just think the NBA and the NCAA are in cahoots because NCAA basketball for men is losing its luster to the women. A lot of people aren't tuned in like they used to be because those superstars are going overseas, going to Team Ignite, or, you know what I'm saying, sitting out that year. And your guys that are the superstars now are 3 year or the 3rd year guys, the 2 year guys. Like, you're losing this luster. And I think the NBA is just like, and NCAA is just like, yo, we're losing a lot of money, man. We need these dudes back into the fold some way, somehow.
Yeah, if you're not a true blue blood, if you're not a big time Duke, Carolina, you don't have the NIL backing, then yeah, you probably aren't going to be able to get those stars. What you got, Pop?
I just think it comes down to the individual. Because everybody, just like everyone said, individually, you're going to have to deal with it anyway. And unfortunately, the bad part of it is you got these 17, 18, maybe 19-year-old young kids who are making decisions for their family. And we know in our community, you might have a kid that has that talent, but he's not from a place where he's getting sound advice. Like someone said earlier, give these kids some financial advice, give them some advice on how to live in the real world. But unfortunately, if you coming from the hood and you with your mama and there's 8 siblings and he trying to make money and he's that kid, hey, I don't want you to go to college. I want you to go make that money. So everybody's not from the suburbs, not saying that that's better or worse, but not everybody's from a good family that they don't really have to worry about money. Some of these kids at that young age literally have to worry about taking care of their families. And that when you throw that equation in there, that's what kind of skews everything. So I like you said, Steve, like you said, Brandon, everybody, it's really an individual thing. I don't think there's one thing that's so much better than another. But if I had to pick between the two, I would say let them go to school for a year. And you're right. Every kid's not going to want to go to class. And I get all that. I understand all that. But I just think the better option would be to go to school for a year and maybe if you're good enough, get an NIL deal. And if you're not, at least you're on the college campus. But if you really don't want to go to college, you can go overseas. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, man. So look, we can't get off this show without talking about the best news to happen since 2013. If you don't know, exactly. If you don't know, then you don't know. NCAA 25 is officially coming out in July. They have dropped the pre-trailer just to get the blood flowing, to get the people hyped.
It definitely flowing.
They show what's going on. They got my Gators in there representing heavy. They got the Bulldogs. They got not Miami or Florida State. I do apologize. They got Ohio State, Michigan. They got logos. They got jerseys. They got
Colorado.
They actually have Shedeur Sanders as the highest rated quarterback in the video game at 95 overall.
But as he should.
Wait, isn't that kid from Washington still there?
No.
Nah, he's gone.
Phoenix is gone.
Georgia probably has the second best quarterback in the game. I think he's rated 93. I think
Shedeur, by all means, Shedeur is the best quarterback in college football right now, by far. Like, just skill-wise.
His team probably is rated like 70 overall.
Yeah.
But he's probably the highest rated on the game.
Absolutely.
I don't do video games, so don't matter to me.
Jordan Brand. I'm sorry.
He said it's the only reason y'all. That's the only reason you guys were featured as much as you were in the video game is because you guys are a part of the Jordan brand. So
is UGA Jordan?
No, we're not.
I don't think Ohio State was Jordan. I don't think
Nike as well.
So I'm sorry, no Adidas was on there. Ain't my fault. But yeah, man, it's coming out. I can't wait. I'm excited.
We haven't had the NCAA football since 2012? Was that the last one that came out? 2012.
The last one that came out was 2014 with Denard Robinson on the cover, which made 14. That was okay. People still play this game to this day. I went and bought a PlayStation 2
just to have
the game, just to play that game. Probably I was in Georgia still, and I went to GameStop and they had NCAA 14, and I bought a PlayStation 2 used just so that way I could play the game. It's that serious.
Yeah, you'll buy an old game system just to play it, and it is, and it gives you everything. You got to recruit. You got to keep talking to the kids. I mean, it's not as strenuous as like really getting out there.
But they're gonna have the NIL is gonna be in there. You're gonna have the transfer portal is in there. You're still gonna have the road to glory, the dynasty mode. I think just a lot of purists that just love the game, our major things were like, hey, road to glory. We still want to be able to take our guy from high school through the college experience. Then you want to be able to build your team.
This came from the original EA Sports website.
No, this is EA official.
Sports. We're not talking about like made up trailers from YouTubers. No, the EA put this out officially. Like it's a real commercial. They actually ran it on TV.
Yeah, it's a real thing. There's a lot of game modes that we like, and because it's not so, it's very. I still wanted to be kind of arcadey. I still want to be like, you know,
I love the home,
but it comes out in July,
bro. When you can't see your plays in the home field, like it be shaking, the screen be shaking. I love that because I really feel like that's really like a real college atmosphere. You know what I mean? That's really.
They got the stadiums, they got the bands, they got the music, they got the traditions like Notre Dame going down, smacking the sign, Michigan jumping, hitting the sign, Clemson running down the hill. All the colleges, all the FCS schools are in there. I'm sorry, FBS schools. There are even some FCS schools that are in there. I love it, man. I can't wait to take, you know, Bowie State to the national championship. I can't wait to take Florida to the national championship. I can't wait. I can't wait to put my son as the quarterback at Florida and make him win the Heisman. You know, it's just I can't wait.
Everything. Yeah, you need that video game, but that's the only way Florida wins anything is on the damn video. You need that.
We coming back next year. That's our year, baby. Merch it up. A lot of teams gonna be using.
Bro, y'all really might not win 4 games. Like you really look at your schedule, KB. You really may not win 4 games.
Saving this for
I'm being real. I ain't just being. I ain't trolling.
I ain't got time to entertain and go back and forth about how great my Gators are. But yes, a lot of people are excited.
Let's go, Colorado.
Hey man,
you know,
I'm a junior buff.
I look at Colorado's schedule and I'm like, I can see 6 wins. I can see 4 wins.
That defense determines it all.
Yeah, man. And then you're playing in the conference, but they score. They score in this conference. They're not. This ain't the Pac-12. They're going to score points in the Big 10. Everybody's scoring. I mean, Big 12. Excuse me. Everybody's scoring points. So,
but you got to be able to stop the run. You got to be able to do basic.
Now, Warren Sapp is the D-line coach. I'm excited about that. Warren Sapp going to have the D-line ready, he said. So, we'll see.
We're going to see.
We'll see.
We're going to see.
Hey, y'all, I got to cut out. But, hey, man, as always, peace. I'll see y'all next week. And, again, great show. Love what you guys are doing. Keep it going.
Appreciate it, Pop.
All right, y'all.
Oh, fix the thing, boy. What's going on with the screen?
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, man, I can't wait, man. I'm excited about the game coming out.
Bro,
it's rumored that it may be coming out in June. It's traditionally come out in July, the month before the season starts. I've seen rumors that it may be coming out in June. They may be doing a if you don't know, like a lot of Madden, we'll get like a demo. We'll get like a 2 weeks to like play, let them know about the bugs and stuff like that. Hopefully they do that because the boy, you know what I'm saying, been getting that Madden code for the last 2 or 3 years. So I should get an NCAA code this year.
If you get an NCAA code, bro, you got to get 2 of them. If not, we'll have some problems.
I'm tuned in. I'm taking off work.
Man. I'll be off a few days for that one. But that joker that'll drop, definitely gonna be off a few days.
Yeah.
Now I want to be able to bring my draft classes over. Now, you know, I
think you will be able
to do that because I used to do that all the time, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Take a guy from high school through college to get him drafted, and yeah, man.
It's a beautiful thing. I can't believe it's back.
No, it's not officially coming out. It's a lot of things that's going on with the game that may be coming out in June. It's rumors. It's like little egg. What they call them? Easter eggs in the commercial that a lot of people are breaking down and stuff. Okay. You know, I'm tuned in, man. So yeah, that's it.
That's it.
What else? Is that it? Is that it for the day?
I think that's it. Is Club Shay good for the culture? There's a lot of mess going on. I feel like I like it. I ain't got no problem with it because he's not getting on there asking crazy questions. These people get on there and just coming on here and start talking about other people. Cat Williams went on there and literally started going there, Cedric Entertainer neck from the time he sat down to the time he left. And
I think Shannon Sharpe, I love Club Shay because it gives people, especially the people that we care about in our culture, a platform to where they feel comfortable and they feel that they can speak how they want to speak. And Shannon Sharpe is very Switzerland. He don't try to make you look bad. He asks the questions that people want to know. I think, when you ask the Cat Williams things, when you ask them about, whether the drugs, the jail, the fighting, that's things that people want to know without, making them feel bad, but also giving them the platform to explain themselves uninterrupted and without cutting it up and making people look bad. I think it's great for the culture. The people are just putting themselves out there. But I mean, outside, he's been doing it for a while now, and it's only been 2 crazy interviews. It's been the Cat and then Monique. We all know Monique was gonna go off, but Cat Williams really was.
Yeah, Monique been going off for the last few years. You know what I mean? But I think Cat Williams was the one that kind of everybody was like, "Whoa!" Cat came out calling names directly.
But if you go back, he's been giving these same platforms to everybody, and they just spoke their truth. It's just Cat Williams went on there he was there on a motive to say things that people have said about him, which is cool. But Shannon Sharpe's been doing the same thing this whole time. People are like, "Oh, his interview style, he needs to change." No, he's doing what he needs to do. If you want the best interview, go watch 60 Minutes. Go watch Gayle King. You know what I'm saying? Go watch somebody else. Like, we all sitting at the cookout and Unc got the mic and he letting you talk. That's what it is. And I love it.
Yeah. Now I definitely don't have a problem with it. I think it's good for the culture. And like you said, he's not getting on here asking these people to come out and give this information. They're volunteering it. Like these people are bringing this out in conversation. So I get it. And I understand the other part of it too, man. When people are like, okay, well, you causing mess within the culture. And I get that. I get it too. He did. He did when he started talking about Russell. But he did.
Again, that was
the first one where I think somebody called somebody's name. The other ones they would like imply some stuff or imply who he's talking about. But
oh boy.
Yeah, this is the first time I think when he's like, "Nah, I can't call Russell." You know what I mean? He called me back from a blocked number. You know what I mean? Or wouldn't give me his number. That was the first time you was like, "Oh, shoot." Oh. And then from there it came. He said Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. You're right. Yeah, Marshawn didn't hold back.
I love that.
Back. Yeah. Oh, which you want the truth in people. When we get people on this show, man, we want y'all to tell the truth. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and just be asking leading questions. You can always lead somebody to stuff. I'm not gonna do that. But if you go there, I mean, we there at that point. So I'm gonna ask the question.
We even had to edit a video one time for a guy. We was like, "Look, bro, you said a little too much." Hey, look, we're gonna do this for you because we ain't gonna let you go out like that. You might have implicated yourself. So we ain't
we're gonna do
that. We're gonna do you on silent, my boy. But yeah, man, like I love Club Shay. I love because it started for sports fans. And I know a lot of you
now that's what people that's the pushback I've had. I've heard that too. But this was supposed to be about sports. Now he got comedians. He got everybody else on here that ain't got nothing to do with sports, and that's why it's kind of getting messy and going left. I personally feel like if you're part of the culture, like he's part of the culture, everybody calling him Unc, he has the ability to do that. They ain't say you just Uncle Football. No, everybody in the culture call you Unc. The rappers, the athletes, the stars, the regular people. Hell, me and you call him Unc. So at this point, I feel like he has access, and really, he's representing the culture and doing it his way, and I think that's what some people have a problem with.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. I'll be tuned in. I watched the other interviews too. I watched
him and Ocho. What, him and Ocho and Nightcap? Oh my,
that thing. Hey man.
Now you go crazy, we talk sometimes, but we don't go. I don't think our wife gonna let her go to that extent sometimes, but they
just
be out.
Just will come in here with the door. When you see me look like this. Just ain't going for it, boy. My boy, hey man, Club Shay and Ocho, they be going in. I wouldn't even I ain't going to put just through that. I ain't putting just through that. I don't remember nothing from when I got married anyway. So
man, listen,
I went blank. I had what's the the joint from Men in Black. What happened? I don't know. Ever since March 13th, 2014, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, look right here into this little light. Look into this light.
You're who? Sorry, I don't remember you. Sorry.
Oh man, yeah, Ocho, man. At first, I was a little skeptical about Ocho because he don't have no opinion about stuff. That'd be what killed me. Ocho always want to be the players' friends, and he want to be the media's friend. And I feel like in certain cases, man, you can't be. You got to call a shooter a shooter. You got to call it how it is.
Deny.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
No.
You know it. You already know. But yeah, man. Oh man, great show, bro. Got some announcements coming up, dog. I really wish, I swear, y'all, I wish KB was in the city with me.
Man, look, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to get our the business stuff backed up so I can start putting these expenses. Cause man, I'm gonna have to go to ATL here and there, man. That's
why all the events are popping off, bro. You know, McKeitron. I already talked to Coach again about going back out there for McKeitron. Definitely during their camp. I want to go out there for McKeitron during the camp this year. Coach is cool with that. I got a basketball game that they want Toe2Toe to come host and turn up. So I'm gonna be in the gym on April the 7th. They got a gym in Marietta.
Shout out to Drake. He canceled his concert. So
okay. Let me send the itinerary to them folks and let them know how much it's gonna cost to get KB in the building.
They can throw me on Spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Just get me there. Get me there. Get me home, baby.
Spirit. Oh man, not Spirit.
No, Southwest. Southwest is the lowest I go. Southwest is the lowest I go. Spirit, I might not get there.
Well, listen, those flying off the airplanes, y'all be careful out there. Oh man, what kind of Jeep you got? Cause you ain't got one you can take the doors off. You and Tony with the Jeep. The Miami boy, you see that? The Miami boy got Jeeps, boy. Oh, KB. You know,
they gotta go do all that. They gotta go do all that terrain just to get to their stadium. All right, man. We out of here, man. Next week. Oh, the shirts will be coming. I've had people been hitting me up about these shirts.
Yeah. No, I get with you. I tell you what, I got you. We got a link coming, man. It was the Square app. We were having problems with the Square and the pricing. So it'll be a Square app where you can actually go on the Square, place your order, put your address in, your name, and then we ship it to you straight to you. That will be live within the next few days.
Spread the word, spread the good gospel about what we got going on out here at Toe2Toe.
Yeah, and if you want to come on, man, hit us up. Man.
If you watch the show, anybody, man.
Toe2Toe with the boys, come on here. Just be prepared now. Have your A game, bring your A game. But we ain't slipping.
Hey, not at all. But look, man, Steve, send us out, man.
Hey, man, shout out to everybody that's been watching. Make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you follow, and you subscribe. Those are the amazing key things to help us keep going, man. We need the subscribers to go up. So we got everybody watching today, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you tell your auntie about us too. Make sure she hit that subscribe button. We out. See y'all next week. Peace.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.